ready to go.
Absolutely. With this set up for weeks. You were even laughing how far ahead I was ringing you.
You were very eager.
Very eager indeed. I know, I love coming back to the kingdom. Love Kerry. I think that's no secret. We've got many years and we're coming to the INEC now. 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah. One of the first big ones we did was in 2004. So that's kind of... So yeah, I'm getting old, Elaine. I'm getting old.
Listen, you don't look at it all, but have you been on the go for 30 years? Am I right in saying that?
31.
Performing that long?
31.
What?
Yeah. If I'm actually really honest,
yeah.
When I started doing pub gigs, and if anyone has a picture of that somewhere, God help me. I was 15 when I started doing pub gigs, and I'm 52 now in May. Yeah, myself or my cousin and I, to use the proper grammar, we used to be called Jarrog. We were both redheads, but we did the phonetic spelling of it, Jarrog. Okay. And we even put a fad on the O. And we used to do pub gigs, and my dad, our Belinda's dad, my cousins, my uncle, would drop us at the pub, and we wouldn't let them into the pub we were playing in. Yeah. And we'd send them across the road, and we'd be doing a gig in the corner. It was awful. It was horrendous.
And you were teenagers then?
We were teenagers. I remember the summer of my intercert. I did. Yeah. I was doing it then.
And listen, fast forward 30 years, and you've performed with people like Kenny Rogers and Elaine Page. All sorts of amazing people.
Vince Gill. Yeah.
Vince Gill. Yeah. And you've. I did not know this about you. You've sold 3.5 million albums. I don't know that. I don't know where the statistics come from. It's amazing. Let's run with that one.
Well, okay, we'll run with that one. I look at anyone that knows me knows I don't kind of pay attention to that stuff. I just do what I do and love what I do. And as long as the card works in the machine, I don't care.
You just keep going.
I just keep going.
You hate the word celebrity. I've heard that about you. You're a very, very down to earth man.
I just don't think this country's too small for celebrity.
Yeah,
Barack Obama's a celebrity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I just don't. Look, I was born and reared on a farm in the middle of nowhere in Sligo, at Clare County, Sligo. Mm-hmm. Lovely place to grow up. Hated it when I was growing up there. And now the funny thing, it's all come circling. If somebody said to me, what would be our ideal retirement? I'd love to retire on a farm. And I hated it when I was growing up on it. But so when it comes to that, the other side of stuff, it's not me. It's not what I was brought up with.
And were you joking recently in an interview when you said that you were planning on retiring in 3 years' time?
No, I wasn't actually.
Really?
Yeah, I have one eye on it.
Okay.
I just think sometimes... I think the lockdown and all of that kind of taught us something different. In some ways it made us a bit odd. In some ways it made us realise being at home is actually lovely. I suppose because I travelled so much. I missed it, don't get me wrong, but I loved being at home. I loved doing the garden. I loved being able to paint the house myself. I loved building tomato boxes for Tina, even though I made a balls of them. I'm no good at doing that kind of stuff. But all of that kind of thing, which was completely opposite to what I had been doing for the last forever.
The stuff that's actually important.
The stuff
and
that's
you
really
only realise
important.
it. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I've been able to go down to the beach and run with the dogs, and nobody paying attention to you, and you can not shave for 4 days and wear a tracksuit, and you can have a tomato ketchup stain on it and nobody cares.
Yeah.
All of those things. And I loved it to a degree. But I pulled back an awful lot on the touring. I'm not really doing America anymore. I'll do little bits in it. The only places I'm doing really now is the UK, here, and Australia. And I'm still kind of limiting what I do there.
So you're not doing America, but you're going further. You're going to Australia. What's happening in Australia?
Do you know, I don't think I'm going to offend anyone doing what I'm going to say. I just find Aussies are just like us.
Okay.
They're very self-effacing. They're very they take the mickey out of themselves. Their sarcasm is brilliant, whereas in America everything's very literal.
Okay. Okay.
And I just find America's very hard work because it's all buses.
Okay.
And it's overnight, and it's hard work. And I'm not getting any younger. Whereas Australia, we'll do the West Coast on one run of it, then we'll do the East Coast on another, and South, and that's it. And it's not that tough. And you only do about when I do go over to Australia, I only work on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. and I'm off the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's not bad. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And you can, everywhere is a 2-hour flight according to them, but it could be 6. But
yeah. They're easy going.
Yeah. It's not,
So when are you going to be in this neck of the woods now? March, you've announced a date in the INEC.
March, I've announced, the INEC is on the 3rd of March.
Okay.
And the UL in Limerick is the 4th of March. So I always love coming back here.
Yeah.
And you know, one of my favourite parts, not the performing, one of my favourite parts is we always come down the day before and we potter around Killarney and end up spending money that we shouldn't be spending or whatever, and and probably going out too late the night before the gig. But I think the friendliness of everyone, even today when I was just over in Super Value here, getting my coffee and people saying hello to you as if you're from around the area.
Yeah, sure, they feel like they know you, but sure, that's lovely.
I love that. Love it, absolutely love it. And that's what I love. I love pottering around Killarney and just doing the bits and pieces. And I don't know, there's something...
You don't realise this now, though, but when you're pottering around Killarney and someone sees you or you say hi to them or give them a smile, you've made their day. They'd be very excited about that.
Geez, if I make their day, then it's not...
Tom, you made Kaya's day. Didn't he? Yeah.
Thank you, Kaya.
Listen, we're going to get a couple of songs from you.
Yeah, you are.
So what are you going to do first for us?
You know, I was going through songs yesterday, and there's a song that, when you mentioned Australia, that I co-wrote with a friend of mine, a real great friend of mine from Sydney by the name of Hughie Scott Murray. Hughie. And in 2014, I was doing a tour with Hughie, and 4 o'clock in the morning in the lobby of some hotel, I can't even remember what the name of the town was, there was an upright piano, and Hughie started playing this song, and he said, "What do you think of the idea of this?" And the idea of the song was his dad had passed away a year prior to that in 2013. I had lost my parents in 2012. And he wrote this as a tribute to the care team who took care of his dad. And he played it and I thought, that's gorgeous, but I've done an album, so I'm not going to be recording for a while. Forgot about the song until July, 12 months ago. And it just came to me, and he didn't record it, so he sang it into the phone, sent it to me on a WhatsApp. And Connell Early, my MD and producer, put this. We put it together and came up with this. And I just think with everything that has happened in the last 3 years, really, it's been 3 years. It's just been loss on so many levels. On the worst ones, loss of life and loss of health, but loss of freedom, loss of work, loss of independence, loss of so much loss in the last few. And I just think this song kind of is, I don't know, it kind of brings you out of that darkness and gives you a bit of, everything has to have a crack because that's how the light gets through. So that's what this song really is about.
Beautiful. Okay, so it's called I'm Watching Over You, which I know Francis has played a couple of times, so I think people are really going to enjoy hearing.
I'm singing this live.
Tommy's singing it live, even better. Okay, ready to go, so Tommy.
Go. Under a sky of grey, and you're waiting to see a shade of blue. So take my hand, now don't you be scared. The road is long, but I'm gonna walk beside you. So don't worry, rest all your troubles on my shoulders for a while. You can take your next steps, take them from my back steps, 'cause I'm watching over you. And I heard you crying today, and it was the saddest sound. So take my hand, now don't you be scared. The road's bound to be long, but I'm gonna walk beside you. So don't worry, rest all those troubles on my shoulders for a while, and you can take your next steps. Take them from my back steps, 'cause I'm watching over you. Yes, I'm watching over you. A broken heart or a troubled mind, well, you just take your time. I'm watching over you. Yes, I'm watching over you.
Tommy Fleming is in studio with us. Marie Morrison has been in touch, Tommy. She says, thank you, Tommy. It was absolutely beautiful, she says.
Thank you. Thanks, Marie.
And another one in from Pat in Dingle, who says, tell Tommy, can't wait to see him in the INEC. Fabulous stuff there, Tommy. Really, really enjoyed that. So
thanks a million.
A lot of fans listening in, Tommy.
Look, as I said, Kerry has been... Do you know what I love about doing the INEC as well, Elaine? There's great hecklers that come to the show.
Hecklers?
Yeah, good hecklers. You know, you can have a bit of crack with the audience, and it's not, you know, I kind of wander off. My mind goes off to different places when I'm on the stage.
Yeah.
And it's not unusual for me to forget lyrics.
Okay, really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
But like, you're human.
Yeah, of course.
Like 20 years ago, I'd tried to pretend it didn't happen.
Okay.
And now at this stage, I just start laughing. I just laugh and go, I forget that I'm singing it 25 years.
I know.
You know, and then you'll just get great hecklers in the INEC. There's a bit of crack.
Yeah. They know you won't mind. He's up for it.
Yeah.
In terms of the songs you're asked to play, then I know there are favourites that people just want to hear every time. Does that bother you at all? Do you mind? You don't mind singing the same stuff a lot?
It's not that I mind. Honestly, there's times when you're in the middle of a tour that you're tired of the song.
Okay.
Because you've been singing for so many years.
Yeah.
And sometimes you forget the words. But,
yeah.
And there's other times when you're singing some new songs that we put in. I'm very wary of putting in new songs. I've very few songs that I put into the show. Mm-hmm. Maybe maximum 2, 3.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I'm so... When I go to see a show and I'd see somebody and they're playing everything from a new album and you don't know it.
Oh, that wrecks my head.
It's no good.
No, not the... No, when they come out and play the whole new album, I'm like, no,
thanks. So I kind of I slowly... I remember I made a description of it one day. I said, it's like going around the corner with a trailer on your car. Mm-hmm. If you go too quick, it's gone. But you bring the audience with you if you go slow. And I just kind of... I'm very wary of putting new songs in.
Okay.
But the songs, there's a list of them. Like there's obviously Hard Times. There's one of my favourite songs that to play live, but it's too long to do on a show like this, would be written by Kerry Man, Christy Hennessy, which is Roll Back the Clouds.
Oh, beautiful.
I adore that song.
Yeah.
But all of those songs, they always get, you know, there's... it's the audience are paying good money for tickets, so you want them going home after 2.5 hours and saying that was really good.
Absolutely. Well, Philip Lean has texted in, and Philip says, Elaine, please ask Tommy if he'll sing the Contender for us. What do you think?
Okay.
Before we do that, you get yourself ready there.
I will.
Another message in from Chris, who's in Causeway. And Chris really enjoyed I'm Watching Over You. What a beautiful, emotional song. Powerfully sung by Tommy.
You.
So thank you for that, Tommy.
That's lovely to hear that coming in. Thanks a million.
Okay, are we ready to go with the Contender? So
why not?
Thank you, Tommy. It was fantastic having you in studio.
Thanks as always. And thanks a million to all the listeners for the support, and to Radio Kerry for the support you give us. It's
not
brilliant.
at all.
Thank you.
Delighted to see you as always. Tommy Fleming will be in concert in the INEC in Killarney on the 3rd of March, and the following evening in UL on the 4th of March in Limerick. So here we go with the Contender. Here's Tommy Fleming once again. Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, Elaine. I'm humming the violin part there. When I was young and I was in my day, sure I'd steal what woman's heart there was away, and I'd sing into the dawning, saw it blaze into the morning, long before I was the man you see today. I was born beneath the stars that promised all. I could live my life without Cassandra's call, but the wheel of fortune took me from the highest point. She shook me by the bottle, if by the bottle I should fall. There in the mirror on the wall, I see the dream is fading, from the contender to the brawl. The ring, the rose, the matador, reigning. And when I die, I'll die a drunk down on the street. He will count me out to 10 in clear defeat. Wrap the starry plough around me, let the piper's air resound me. There I rest until the Lord of love I meet. There in the mirror on the wall, I see the dream is fading, from the contender to the brawl. The ring, the rose, the matador, reigning. Oh, there in the mirror on the wall, I see the dream is fading. Oh, from the contender to the brawl. The ring, the rose, the matador, reigning. La da da da, la da 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 da, la da da da, la da da da, la da da da. There I rest until the Lord of love I meet. La da da da, la da 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 da, la da da. Da 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 da. There I rest until the Lord of love I need.